Whew. All right. What's going on, party people? This your man Grill. Temperature fluctuating and stuff. Starting to mess with my throat, so I had to go get my stuff. I love these cough drops. They got the, what's that here? That's the plain. And then they got same one with the lemon. I interchange them and stuff. About a year ago, maybe a little bit more, somebody had, told me about them. I went to a food line and I was trying to get, I was gonna get some throat lozenges, but I was trying to find something that wasn't high on menthol, just sort of low on it. And cashier told me, say, hey, you need to try these, and I tell you, bad boys ain't no joke. They call honeys, and they got honey inside of them, and the lemon one and the non-lemon one tastes good. So I love them. And my throat been acting up lately because of the temperature change and stuff. So get one of those, and then all the talking that I'm doing with the videos, that wears your throat out also, and everything. Something that nobody told me about before starting doing a YouTube channel. But greatly appreciate y'all as always. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for those who signed up for the training that's coming up on August the 10th from 10 to 3 here in Virginia Beach. And I'm still trying to get this phone just right when I'm driving. But yeah, so the training is going to be awesome. I'm excited about it. The people are excited. So I'm going to get these folk going in the right direction. So if you're in the area, you want to attend the training, it's $150. There's 2 spots left. So you come on, and the link's in the description. Yeah, put in the pinned comment, griffonnotary.com/training, and hop on there and get you going and get you moving in the direction that you need to go with this business. So the big question that keeps coming up over and over again, I'm serious, it's coming up a lot more, and I've talked about this, but I keep sharing with people, just go back and look at the videos I have done on Ron. But everybody wants me to do an individual video. Can you do a video talking about Ron? Can you do a video saying whether or not it's worth it and stuff? And I've done videos on this, and this is probably going to be my last video on this subject, okay, on whether or not it's worth it, okay? I'm not going to do any more videos answering that question. I'm not being mean or anything, but it's like, I've talked about this, I've shown y'all, if you looked at the videos, I've shared with people how to determine that, because that question is a business question. It's a business decision that you have to make, whether or not going down a particular road with something is worth it. And I can't tell you that it's worth it, and I'm not even going to say whether or not it's worth it for me, or I could. Come on, people, let me slide over. Come on, y'all know people getting over. I could, but what's worth it for me can't be what is, that can't be the foundation for you, because you're different than me. You got different goals. And see, that's really the big issue, is that a lot of people will ask that question, well, is it worth it? The first question is, what goals do you have? What are your goals pertaining to this endeavor? And a lot of people are just coming into this business. They don't have any goals whatsoever. But in all honesty, you can come up with some type of goal. Do some research and look at what is Ron. Can you do it in your state? What are your state requirements? What platforms are your state allowed to do? And all of that, they allow you to do, and go from there. And the big issue is, what's the cost? So you need to figure out, what are your goals? The main goal is, from anybody, regardless of how much knowledge you have about a particular business industry, how much money you trying to make, because it's all about you making money. So at least say, I want to make such and such. Now, whether that's true or whether that's going to come to fruition is another story, but at least start somewhere. And when people call me and ask me, or email me, text me, whatever, about, whether Ron is worth doing, I'm like, what is your goal? I don't ask anymore, because because they don't give me an answer. People literally just won't reply back. Well, I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, what is your goal? What are you trying to accomplish in getting into a business? And I know the bottom line is making money. So how much money are you trying to make? So then that way you can start at least having an idea of whether or not something will be beneficial to you. And the problem with Ron is that when you go and somebody said, you hear people talking about, oh, I made $300 doing a real estate transaction. Okay, how much did it cost you? Did you net $300? Because if you netted $300, how much did you charge them, knowing that you got these fees to pay, per stamp fees and all of that? How much did it cost you, and did you have to charge them in order for you to net $300? Or are you talking about you gross $300? You see what I'm saying? These are the questions that you got to ask. So instead of asking, is it worth it? Okay, well, give me the numbers on that transaction that you just said you made $300 on. It ain't even about so much the time that you spent doing it. It's did you net, or was that your gross dollar amount? Because if you netted it, then how much did you have to charge them in order for, after your expenses, you get $300? And if it's your gross, then how much are you putting out in order to do the order, which means how much you're going to be retaining? That's what you need to be asking. That is what you really need to be asking. So I use .verify. .verify is simple for me, at least right now, until they stop using, until they stop doing electronic notary and Ron stuff on it. But I pay $600 a year. Okay, right now that comes out to $50 a month. So I'm paying $600 a year, $50 a month. If I do one real estate closing, and on average they pay me $175, so that means I'm netting $125. That means that $50, from that $50, I can do probably like 5 or 6 different real estate transactions, or just transactions. So let's just keep it with real estate. So for the $50, I can go on there and do probably about 5 or 6 real estate transactions. That means after I do the first one, I made my $50 back. Then you say, I'm going to put in $50 for the next month. After that, so $100. So $100, 50 for this month. I already set aside 50 for the next month. That means I made $75 on that first order, and then I'm making nothing but profit on the next ones. That's simple for me. I don't get charged per stamp. I don't get charged for extra people with .verify. Yeah, it could be, oh, I need to keep straight. Oh, okay, that's right. Oh, okay, they're gonna have me go that way. I don't have to go and do all of that other stuff. Okay, I don't have to do the per stamp and how many, time limits and all that kind of stuff. Right now, I don't have to do that. So I'm good. I like the way .verify is set up, because sometimes people have issues and I have to spend maybe 45 minutes getting it done, but it gets done. And I'm not getting charged for spending 45 minutes with them, whereas other platforms, they do. I'm not getting charged every time I stamp, whereas other platforms do. I'm not getting charged for each person coming in there, as other platforms do. So my way of calculating my money is very, very simple. $50 a month, and anything that I do past $100 after my first initial $100 that I make, I'm good for the rest of the month. You see what I'm saying? And in 1 month, I can make enough money to cover my .verify for the rest of the year, and then everything I make after that is pure profit. Minus maybe a little small fee here or there, or whatever. Some extra fees if I get, a whole bunch of whatever, but it's going to be minimal. So my goal, of course, is to make money, and my goal is to make at least $300 a month doing .verify. I don't do a whole lot of Ron. Based off of the flow of what I'm seeing, if I can do $300-400 a month on .verify, I'm good. I'm good. That's good for me. Am I hitting that? No. But that's my goal, and I'm cool with that. So you got to come up with a goal. For some people, their goal is, I just don't want to be out in the public. I don't want to go around people. I want to do everything from home. Some people don't. I'm just going to be real with y'all. Some people don't like how they look. They got issues. And I get that. So there's all these concerns that people, they got body issues, and they feel they have self-consciousness about it. They have internal issues where they're nervous around people. They're not really good at being in front of people that they don't personally know. I get all of that. And if that's your goal, then okay, cool. But when you say, is it worth it? If your ultimate goal is not to be confronting people, then I guess doing Ron is worth it. If your goal is to not confront people and to make $5,000 a month, well, now the question is, who are you connecting with that's going to pay you that kind of money? And in your area where you live at, I don't know if that's the flow of business that you have there. You may have it, you may not have it. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to say, oh, it's worth it, because I don't personally know what your goals are. I don't know what you're trying to obtain by doing Ron instead of face-to-face. So asking somebody, is it worth it? And even if you say, is it worth it for you? What? I mean, for me, yeah. I like going out. And I've shared people in the beginning. I would say, yeah, this is why I like doing it. They're like, oh, no. So my reason for doing it just didn't jive with their reason. Which I understood. But it's just amazing me that people ask you your opinion on something, you tell them, and then they start looking like, oh God, no. You know, some people like doing Ron because the company they're doing it with, they do all the tagging, they do all of the prep work and everything, and you don't have to. And there's some people that don't like Doc Verify because you have to do your own prep work for the documents. I don't have a problem with it. I prefer to do the work myself. Even if I was getting 3, 4, 5 a day, I would prefer to do the work myself. I prefer to control that. That's just me. Other people, they want to control it. They want somebody else to control that. But one of the things you have to realize is that the more money, the more you have somebody do for you, the less they're going to pay you. If I got to do all of the legwork to get you set up to do this thing successfully, that I'm not going to be paying you a high fee, because the level of effort that you had to put into doing this is minuscule as compared to what I did. Because the Ron platform is like, I went and got the clients, I'm doing the advertising, I'm talking to people, I'm doing all of this, I'm hiring folk. Then the folk got to go and sit there and go through these documents and get them straight, and then talk to the customer and get the right this, that, and the other. And then you just come in and then click stamp. No, I'm not paying you a high fee. I got to make the money back to pay the people for doing all the legwork that you don't want to do. So I'm going to make it easy for you, and I'm going to do all the legwork, but daggone it, I'll be darned if I pay you like you did all the work yourself. That ain't happening. So I get the set thing. Plus, I don't want to be in a call center environment with regards to Ron. And if you ask people who are doing Ron, a lot of them are doing it as a call center, like, oh yeah, you can just have this client, you know, just grab a client and there's a dashboard. It's nothing wrong with that. I just don't personally want to do that. I don't want to wait around. Okay, let's see who's on the board today. Okay, I'm gonna take this one. No, and then you still have to ask people how much money are they making off of those types of orders. They're not making $300 off of a dashboard as an average. Maybe every now and then, but that's not as an average. So if you're going to inquire about whether something is good for you or worth it, you need to go deeper than just this surface level. Hey, is that good? Is that working out for you? Oh yeah, it's working out great for me. Okay, well, I'm gonna do it too. This is business. Okay, this ain't trying to eat some ice cream. Oh, wow, that ice cream with the walnuts and pecans and macadamia nuts. Wow, that look good instead of just having plain vanilla. Well, I guess I'll try that too. Okay, how's that taste? Oh, that tastes great to me. You try, but guess what? You can easily dump that. No, that ain't a good nope, that ain't a good combination. You can dump that ice cream cone. But trying to hop into a business venture just because it's cool with somebody else and you haven't really done the research, that is not smart. That is not smart at all. And you have no one to blame but yourself. So I'm telling you, don't do it. Just do the research, set you some goals, figure out what it is, and then you need to find out what is the actual cost. Okay, fire truck, I thought it was turning. You got to ask yourself, what is the actual cost to doing this run on this platform, and how do I price it? Because to this date, and if somebody knows where it's at, please share with me. I have not seen how to price a real estate transaction on Ron where I'm paying $15 per stamp. Every time I'm stamping, I got to pay the person's platform. I got to pay them a fee of $15 for each time I stamp. And I got something from, say, Boston National Title that may have 8 notarizations. So that's 80. So let's just say if it's $10, that's 80. That's $80 right there. I gotta pay. Am I charging them $300 minus the 80? Or am I charging them, or am I getting paid $300 after that $80 fee gets taken out? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And when I've asked some people, they're like, oh, well, no, you're making money. I'm like, can you break it down? And nobody's been forthcoming to break it down. I haven't seen a video on it. If there is one, please direct me to it. Say so in the comments. But the point is, how do I make money on this platform if these are the fees associated with being on there? That's what you got to find out. Once you have that down packed, now you can ask yourself, or really say, is it worth it? That's when you find out, is it worth it? Because y'all are doing that for the face-to-face. Oh, I got to print. That ain't worth it. I got to drive. That ain't worth it. I mean, some of y'all, if y'all could, y'all would have somebody come and stamp the daggone document for you. Oh, I got to actually stamp the document when I'm in. Nah, it ain't worth it. So it amazes me that people ask about, is it worth doing Ron, but they haven't done the research on how much it's going to cost them to do Ron on any platform, but yet they got a daggone double dissertation on the cost analysis of doing a face-to-face notary, where you got to print and this, that, and the other, the cost of the paper, the cost of the toner, the cost of the drum. You got all this here broke down, how much it costs for the ink coming out of your pen. People talking about how much it costs for just the electricity on your computer. I mean, all of this, you got all that broke down, but then when it comes to Ron, it's like, oh no, you just make money. And people think, oh, you're just making money because you don't have the expense of the paper printing, the driving, and all of that. And you get to wear, you know, your little short shorts or whatever, you know, clothes you got on, and you ain't got to dress fully. You ain't got to brush your teeth. So you're saving on toothpaste and mouthwash. So people think, oh yeah, I ain't got to do all that. So I'm making money. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. So I can't tell you, and I will not tell you, oh, Ron is worth it. Yeah, if you do Ron, oh man, that's just so much better. If somebody tells you that, please just ask them the details. How do you do your pricing? How much do you get when you do a real estate transaction? What are the number of pages with it? The one I got today that I'm doing in a couple hours, 39 pages. So the question is, how much does it cost me to do it? How much is it going to cost me for each time I stamp? For me, right now, $0. So the money that I'm making, and I've already done other Ron things for this month, I'm good. So the money I'm making today, that's my money. Okay. All right, so maybe I need to go around. Okay, I guess that used to be a cut through. Oh, yeah, that's a road. So that road is closed now. So I go, okay, here we go. I've been over here before. Okay, I remember this neighborhood. I did house inspections over here. But that's the thing. So you just have to ask yourself that, and then ask the other people that. I know I've been rambling for 20 minutes on this video, but that's what you're going to have to do. So I'll be honest with you, and I'm not trying to be funny. Don't ask me, is Ron worth it anymore? Because I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. So I can't tell you that it's worth it or not worth it to the point where it helps you to make a decision as to whether or not you're going to invest in doing it. You need to do the research and find out how much it's going to cost you to do it, and then go from there. And that's what you're going to have to do as the business owner. All right. Got any questions, comments? Put them in the thing and let me know where I can find out how to do the pricing on this, because I need to know, and I have not found it anywhere. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.